Okay, people. Show and tell time. There's a video going around that this woman claims the vaccine caused her to be magnetic. Well, let's show you something. Let's get us out of the light there. Gotta get to where we've got this camera where you can see clearly. Okay. Now, she said it magnetized me. I got my vaccine and it was done here. Okay? She claims hers was done there. Let's see if I'm magnetized. Okay? We take this hairpin. Oh, I'm magnetized. Oops, it fell just like hers did. Let's do it again. Oh, I'm magnetized. I got it to stick longer earlier. There we go. Oh, I'm magnetized. Oh my gosh, look. But you take the same pin and you stick it there. What happens? Right where I got my shot. What happens? Now, to prove this is magnetized, I'll go grab one of my magnets. Okay, I'm back. This is a magnet. That is a magnet. You see? It's metal. It's purely 100% a metal hair clip. And if I just slightly set my arm forward and place this on this part of my arm and press it a little bit, it's magnetized. Especially due to the fact there's heat in this house and I'm perspiring a little bit. If I went like this, it does it even better. Look at there. All I need is a wet sponge off of the camera to set this on, a damp sponge, and I could do the same thing. I can do it with the outside of my arm, as long as it's wet. Oh, it's magnetized. No, it's wet and sticking to my skin. Now I dry it off. And I know that's gross. I used my tongue. Oh well, it's my own body. I'll wash it later. Dry off my arm. Put this where I got the shot. And no more magnetizing it. No more magnet to it. What the heck? Now you can see her little trick. It's no trick of magnetation. Of her blood being magnetized or her body being magnetized because of some vaccine. It's a trick of how she places the item, what her angle of her arm is, whether the item is wet or dry, whether her skin is wet or dry, how much pressure she places onto the item when she puts it on. Now, if you notice the angle of my arm, if I just set that on there without pressing, you see what happens? But if I put a little pressure on it, when I put it on there, which allows an indentation of my arm here, then it'll stick. So, don't fall for the BS. First of all, they don't give vaccine shots here, because right underneath here, you have veins and vessels that run through here, that if they stuck the needle in here, they may possibly hit one of those. And having the vaccine go into one of those can cause an adverse effect. It can cause possibly something to happen to the person that can make them ill or even kill them. They stick it here because there's no blood vessels there. That's also why when you take an epinephrine or an EpiPen for B shots, they have you stick it here because there's no blood vessels here. They would not have you stick it on the inside of your leg because there's blood vessels and veins here. You can put an IV behind somebody's knee, along their ankle, in their arm here, in their arm here, in their neck up here, or even there's places on the head that you could put an IV if you had to. If you had somebody with no legs and no arms, there are several places still on the body itself that they can put an IV because the blood vessels run close enough to the surface that it's easy to reach with a needle. Okay? And that is why they do not do a shot here, because the blood vessels, if you look at older people especially, you'll see they have veins that are here that are purple. You don't want to hit those. You go this way right here, you're likely to hit one of them, because that's right where she's doing it. Look, when I raise my hand, you're likely to hit one of those. You go this way, you won't hit one. You stick it in your butt, you won't hit one. You stick it in your leg here, you won't hit one. But she is showing you she's magnetized here. And she says sometimes the magnetism moves. How does it move? Maybe the actual fact is some alien came down and put a magnetic tracking chip in her arm, because it sure didn't come from the needle of a vaccine. Them needles are too dang small to put today's modern technology of what those tracking chips are and how big they are. The needles for a vaccine are too small to put one of those in your blood. Excuse me, please. Get real.